Everybody says MiniMax is the cheap, fast, uncensored video model you've been waiting for. I spent 5 charges checking whether any of that actually holds up. MiniMax H3 claims native 2K output, sub-dollar clips, and lighter guardrails than anyone else. Do those promises survive contact with real numbers? One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Claim 1. MiniMax generates 2K video in minutes. Here's what that costs you if it's hype. You cue a 15-second clip on a deadline and you're still watching a progress bar an hour later on an RTX 5090, which turns your whole workflow into a waiting room. The cloud speed claim is what makes or breaks this for anyone doing real iteration. I went through the official docs and third-party field reports, and what came back is this. Local generation on an RTX 5090 and RTX 6000 series. Pro runs 45 to 57 minutes for a 10 to 15 second clip, and the Cloud API has 0 timing data I could find anywhere. So the 2K in minutes figure has no source number behind it at all. Community reported, no controlled benchmark, but the direction is pretty clear. This charge sticks. The speed claim falls short because there's no published cloud timing, and local runs are nowhere near minutes, which puts us at 0 of 1 claims holding up so far. And for a tool that leads with speed as a selling point, that's a rough start. I know that slow local generation pain because I've burned real hours waiting on these tools, and I only flag it this hard when the evidence is this clear. Had this happened to you too? Drop it in the comments. Claim 2. MiniMax clips cost $0.80 each, and it's 60 to 70% cheaper than the competition. Here's the scenario where that matters. You're budgeting a production run of 50 clips, and at 80 cents a clip, that's $40. But if the real number is closer to $2, you're looking at $100, and your whole cost model just broke. Let's check the actual per second pricing. I ran the third-party pricing through, and the numbers say a 15-second 2K clip costs roughly $1.95 to $2.10, not 80 cents. And the per-second rate of 0.14 versus Cdance 2.0's 0.24 works out to about 42% cheaper. And those are different resolutions too. 2K versus 720p, so it's directional, but the gap is still smaller than advertised. This charge sticks too. Both the per-clip figure and the discount claim are overstated, because source numbers put real cost at about $2 per clip, and the actual savings land around 42%, not the 60 to 70% in the marketing, which means 0 of 2 claims holding up, and these weren't close calls. Claim 3, native 2K output, and up to 12 multimodal reference files working simultaneously. The number that matters here is 12, because if you're feeding the model a character image, a reference video, and a voice clip all at once and the real cap is lower than advertised, your whole creative pipeline has to be redesigned from scratch. Let's see if 2560 by 1440 and 12 refs actually check out. I didn't expect this one to be the clean win, but Atlas Cloud confirmed output at 2560 by 14040 at 24 frames per second. Multiple sources confirmed up to 12 mixed reference files, 9 images, plus 3 videos, plus 3 audio clips, and the native 32 kHz stereo audio is baked in, not added in post. One caveat, I couldn't find a controlled test proving all 12 references fire at full strength simultaneously, so treat max capacity claims as directional. This charge is dismissed. The 2K output and multimodal control claims actually hold up, confirmed across multiple sourced field tests, and that puts us at one of 3 claims holding up, which is the one that matters most for output quality. So we've got 1 claim that holds and 2 that don't, but the last 2 charges are the ones that could actually change how you use this tool day to day, because facial consistency and content filtering are still ahead, and if either of those falls apart, the whole creative use case gets a lot more complicated. Claim 4, strong facial identity and character consistency across clips. The failure mode you want to avoid is this. You generate a 12-second clip of your lead character, and by second 8, their face has drifted into someone else entirely. You've burned the generation cost and the time, and now you're starting over. For any character-driven project, consistency is the whole job. Full stop. I looked across the available sources, and there's no controlled identity benchmark anywhere, and community reports are pretty consistent. Face drift happens, camera movement surprises you, and one evaluation framework notes that a starting image can become a loose suggestion after a few seconds. Community reported, no controlled test, but the direction is clear and it's not good. This charge sticks. The consistency claim falls short because there's no controlled benchmark and real-world reports flag drift in actual use, which puts us at one of 4 claims holding up. And for character-driven work, that's the one you really needed to pass. Claim 5, MiniMax, is shockingly uncensored. The objection you probably already have is that every model says that until you try to render something edgy and it quietly sanitizes your output without telling you, and that silent substitution is actually worse than a hard refusal because you don't know the filter fired. Let's see what the field tests actually found. In the Atlas Cloud field test, a vampire prompt rendered, but the blood was silently removed, no refusal. Just a clean substitution you'd only catch if you looked closely, and named IP like Darth Vader hit a hard wall in 7.2 seconds with an input text sensitive error. Intimate scenes cleared more easily than gore, but shockingly uncensored is a stretch when 2 categories are actively filtered. This charge sticks. Shockingly uncensored is overstated because gore gets silently swapped, and named IP is a hard block. And that brings the final tally to one of 5 claims holding up, and that one is the 2K output quality story. Here's where MiniMax genuinely delivers. The 2K output at 2560 by 1440 is real and confirmed. Up to 12 mixed reference files across images, video, and audio work simultaneously. Native 32 kHz stereo audio is baked in so you skip a whole post-processing step, and at 0.14 per second, for 2K it's meaningfully cheaper than CDance 2.0's 720p rate. That output quality story is legit. Here's where MiniMax falls short, and I'm not softening this. No sourced cloud speed number exists, and local runs hit 45 to 57 minutes on high-end GPUs. The per-clip figure is unsupported, and real cost is closer to $2. Facial consistency has no controlled proof, and community reports flag drift, and uncensored breaks down the moment you try gore or named IP. Worth it if you need strong 2K output with native audio and you're not in a hurry. Skip it if fast iteration is your workflow, because only 1 of 5 claims held up, and the ones that failed are the speed and cost promises you'd be counting on. 1 of 5. That's the number. One thing the marketing never mentions: when MiniMax silently substitutes filtered content, it doesn't flag the change or return an error. So your pipeline gets a completed video back, and you have no signal that the output was altered, which means you'd only catch it by watching every clip manually, and that wipes out any time savings you thought you were getting. If you're shopping for a video model that actually holds up on speed, go check out the Kimi 2.6 review. Kimi 2.6. What's actually new? It runs through a similar set of claims, and the results are pretty different from what we just saw here.